I like that one a lot. And then last one, I'll just go straight to the drop.
Is this your DJ playlist?
This is all the songs I've liked that have come out this year so far.
This year?
Yeah. Yep.
Dude, that's a really good idea. Is doing like a year in review songs. See, what I do is just add them to a big playlist. Any song that I play more than once goes into a big playlist.
So I have two playlists that I started doing last year. So I have my club jams, which is 2022 and now 2023, and it's again all the songs that I like. I like, and I put them in this playlist. But then I have just a 23 one, which is all the songs that I like, no matter the genre. And
gotcha.
that
just
year.
called 23.
Yeah, just called 23.
23 and you.
23, yeah. 23 and you.
Well, like not 23 and you, 23 and me, but like from my perspective, it'd be 23 and you.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyways, with that beautiful and flawless joke, let's get this show started and crack this bubbly. Because every song you played was so good, but I'm sitting here frothing at the mouth, trying to get this.
I got my basic Starbucks coffee today.
Oh yeah, do the white girl rattle into the mic, please.
What's a better sound than this?
The only thing better than that is.
Do I look super like
buff?
Does my screen like look really dark?
Yeah, pretty dark.
Really, that's interesting because it's like super bright in here actually.
You need a key light. You need a ring light.
I've thought about that, apparently. Yeah, dude, because it looks dark on the screen. But
in all honesty, the Elgato key light is fucking
Is that what you have? Do you have a light on? Yeah, you do.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Like, I see it in the reflection of I'm pointing like
and look at how big of a difference it makes. Okay, Google.
Of course.
Turn off key light.
Of course you have it, Google.
Of course.
Oh wow, yeah.
Like this isn't a bad shot, but this is a very dark shot. Like this is so moody.
We look like we're about to talk about some murder mysteries, like some unsolved murders, like who killed. Please welcome Murder Mysteries by
tonight on Unsolved Murders. There is a murderer running around the United States. So
as the hash slinging slasher.
Last seen at local burger establishment on a dark and hazy night, scraping his spatula on the road. Okay, Google.
Okay.
Key light.
All right. Let's get into this.
All right. So now with the lighting fix, welcome back to what this show is turning into what it finally was always meant to be. A Marvel fan cast.
A Marvel. He just had to wait. This guy just had to wait for somebody to come down the road and just be like, do you just want to talk about Marvel? do you just want to talk about Marvel? Because he didn't want to do it himself.
So me and my buddy Kieran talked about, we caught him up to Marvel to where we were at. What month was Kieran? Oh my God. Let me see. Playlist. Kieran was, oh no, that'd be on Missin the Homies. Oh God. I moved everything around. But actually I could check Instagram. Whatever. So me and Kieran talked about Marvel catching him up to, I want to say it was like pre Doctor Strange.
Okay.
Or maybe like right after Doctor Strange.
Okay.
But now we're in a very different point. We are well into phase 5.
Phase 5.
We're just jumping right in. Oh, also, spoilers for Guardians 3. If you haven't
Spoilers.
watched GTFO, because
We're all the not even just for Guardians. If you haven't seen any of the movies, like the
if you haven't seen
spoilers.
any of the movies,
Yeah.
you're living under a rock. But
Yeah. So spoilers for every single Marvel movie, including the newest one. So
let's see.
um
What's been the roster for 2023?
I don't even know.
I'm going to pull it up right now.
Okay.
But you just saw Guardians 2.
I just saw Guardians 3.
Oh, Guardians
3,
3.
3,
Guardians 3. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
what I did last night was I watched a recap of all of the Guardian. It was like a 35-minute video. It was
Okay.
great. But how are you feeling? Are you still on that depression from from Guardians 3? Baby Rocket.
I'm not on that depression. I am ready to fight for Baby Rocket though. Like anytime. Anytime that guy comes up, I'm ready. I will throw my life in front of his.
Dude,
But
I loved Baby Rocket.
it was so good. We obviously had a conversation after, but my biggest thing besides Guardians, besides going straight into like the Guardians part, um, I like because I was so bored of Marvel movies. Like
You had the
I
burnout.
liked I had the burnout
I
and I didn't
snapped
want
my
to.
head
Like
because I had the burnout too.
I know. And I didn't want to because I like them and they're fun. And I've never thought like I know there's some people who probably maybe hot take a little bit. I think there's some
whoa! You're saying this is a hot take alert?
maybe maybe. I think there's some people who think these are like the best movies ever, or like from like a cinemax point and like a story point. I don't think
Just
that's
kidding.
necessarily true. Like
No.
I think the stories aren't bad, but like they're not the greatest.
Oh my god,
But there are some that are good. There are some that are good. I know, like my high pitch is like, but but I'm like it's to me it's like the Fast and Furious movies, but like better. It's like it's a superhero movie. Like it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be crazy. Like whatever.
You have to
Yeah.
suspend your disbelief
Yeah,
a good amount because you
yeah,
know what you're walking into.
exactly. But they've always had some good writing. Again, I'm not saying they're the best writing in movies ever, but anyways, I was so burned out. I was so getting bored of just everything. And the last one I kind of like was the Spider-Man movies. I did like the latest one. It wasn't my favorite. I did like it.
Really?
Yeah.
Out of the Spider-Man movies? Like not talking Spider-Man in general. I'm talking like Tom Holland. It wasn't your favorite.
I still liked it. I think I still like 1 and 2 better. I think honestly 2 is my favorite out of those 3. The one where he goes to Europe. I think that one's my favorite. But even then, even those, like I did like them, but it was still something else. Just like I'm getting kind of like bored. I'm getting bored. And
oh, so you were burnt way back. Because when did I? Now I don't even know.
I was starting to get burned out.
What is it? Far From Home, or no? Homecoming.
Home.
Spider-Man.
It's gotta be no. It's not Homecoming.
Home.
It's gotta be Far From Home, right?
It's not far. No Way Home. Far From Home.
No
Far
Way
From
Home. No Way Home.
No Way Home is the Doctor Strange one.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
So Far From Home is 2019.
Yeah. So I was probably getting Far From Home was probably like my last one I really liked. Everything after that.
Or no, Far From Home was Far From Home was the first movie post Endgame.
Yes. So it was good. I liked it. But I was just getting so bored. And the Doctor Strange, which I think you have a different feeling on, I didn't like it. I know it's weird because I want it again. I want to. I really do. And I think for me, what took me out of it, and which is so weird because it usually doesn't, but it was the shooting aspect. Like it was the cinematography. There was like a lot of points where there was like they did weird angles, and I know they were meant to be scary, but for me, it just drew me out of it. Like it wasn't scary and it wasn't suspenseful. The Scarlet Witch part where she's going down the tunnel, that was scary. Like I was like, yeah.
So are you talking more about the part where when she's at Kamertage and she's like coming out of the like.
That was cool. That was cool. But there was just weird. There was just random parts in the movie where they did like a really close up or like yeah, like a close up or just some kind of angle that to me in my head, like it took me out of it. And I'm not a
Mhm.
person that usually recognizes that. Like
Yeah,
I can't think of any movie that has ever done that, to be honest, for me.
yeah.
But every time there was like random points in the movie where they did a different angle shot or perspective, and like my head was just like, why are we in this
It
angle?
just
Like
took you. It took you out of it.
felt so weird to me. I was like,
Yeah.
why are we so close to this person's face right now?
Mhm.
And I don't know. And like, so that took me out of it. I don't know why, but there's a lot of times. Uh,
I really really loved uh
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness.
I think the story was good. I think just again, like the technical aspect of it, for some reason took me out of it, and that made me not like the movie. Um,
I loved WandaVision. I think
so
post
did I.
I
So
think
did
with
I.
WandaVision being the first big project post
Mhm.
well, I mean, with it being the first TV show, that was something
It was really good.
yeah, so new, and it was so good. And it
Yeah.
still has like one of the best, like, to me, I think one of the best finales of
Mhm.
all of the projects, like especially with um like the whole Vision and the ship of Theseus thing. Like I
Yeah.
fucking loved that and like Vision being like grief is love enduring. Like that's
Mm.
WandaVision, beautiful,
Yeah.
amazing. Like
It was really good.
I'm super excited for the Marvels. I mean, now I'm more excited for the Marvels after
Okay, so
seeing.
you are.
So I wasn't before.
I'm still
Before,
not.
well,
I saw that. I saw that trailer
did you see
before.
the yeah?
Yeah, yeah, I
So
saw the
the
trailer.
trailer hyped me up
Okay,
more.
see, I was the opposite. All of Guardians trailers, I was like, hell yeah, it's the same. And it's not even that it's the
I didn't
same,
watch
but like
any
it
Guardians
looked good.
trailers. I didn't watch
Okay,
any Guardians trailer. I was like,
I
I want to
saw.
know nothing because I thought Rocket was gonna
Honestly,
die. I was
honestly,
like,
they didn't really spoil much.
no,
I
because I've gone back and watched them after,
mhm.
and I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
they
they did a good
really
job.
fucked us over because they made it seem like Rocket was gonna
Yeah,
die, and
yeah.
that's what I think that's why I really loved James Gunn's like direction
Because you
just with
just
the
don't know where he's
Guardians
going.
because he's so tapped in. Like that's why I'm ready to not jump ship, but I'm ready to be a full-on DC fanboy with James Gunn leading
See,
the charge.
my brother asked me that the same thing. So he's like, "Are you excited for DC?" I'm not. I'm so skeptical. I know James Gunn's good. I hope it's good,
Dude,
but I'm not excited yet. I'll go see the first movie, whatever it is, and then
the first
judge
one's
it
flat.
from there.
The first one is
Yeah,
technically The Flash, which fuck Ezra Miller. He's like a literal fucking
yeah,
criminal.
yeah.
But
I don't know how they
The
still like.
Flash is
Isn't he
supposed
actually in jail now, or is
I
he
don't even
actually out? I don't know. Whatever.
I don't even
But
know. But like The
but
Flash is supposed to be sick, but Blue Beetle. Have you seen the trailers for Blue Beetle?
I have not.
Go after this, go look up the trailer for Blue
Okay,
Beetle. It looks genuinely
good.
so sick. And George Lopez is in it. George
Is
fucking
he
Lopez.
really? Is he really?
He's in it and he's like a weird like he's got like this really long like kind of Master Roshi beard like from Dragon Ball
Okay,
Z.
that's
He-
interesting. I saw the Flash one and I still wasn't excited.
mhm.
Um, see, here's the thing, like like James Gunn did Suicide Squad. I did
Yeah,
not think Suicide Squad was good. I think
really.
there was some funny parts. Like there was moments where it reminded me of Guardians, and I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, this part's good. But overall, the whole movie, I was like, I'm ready to like not watch it. Luckily, I watched it at home, but like I was like,
I
I
thought
don't.
James Gunn's Suicide Squad was better.
Yes, I
But at
think it
the
was
end of it,
better.
I felt the same. I was like,
I was like,
that was cool.
whatever.
Like it made me interested enough in the characters to where I want to watch Peacemaker, but
Yes,
not interested enough to where I immediately watch Peacemaker.
exactly, and that's how I
Like
felt.
that's where I'm at. I'm like I'm gonna watch The Flash. I'm gonna watch Blue Beetle, and
Mhm.
I literally
Uno momento, people. He's gotta pull something out from the archives.
so when James Gunn announced that he was taking comics, like the movies that were gonna come out were gonna be directly inspired from the comics. The two that sounded super super interesting were Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Like the art looks beautiful. Like
Mm.
so I'm just super excited. And I've never read any I've read like a little bit of Batman, but like this, from what I've read about people talking about it, this is just like an amazing, amazing book. So I'm super excited to see what James Gunn does. And then All Star Superman, which is supposed to be like
Superman. Almost sounds like a punk band, but also
this is supposed to be like one of the best Superman stories, like period. Like full stop.
How many pages is that? I'm just curious.
Um,
because I don't read comics.
This is like story all in all is
yeah. When does the story stop? What's the final page of
294?
Oh, okay. So
which like something like this thick would honestly probably take me like 2-3 sessions, maybe like probably like
so getting back into it, I'm going to try DC, but I'm not like hyped. I'm not like, oh my gosh, like I need to see this day one. If I have time, like if I'm not doing anything and it comes out, I'll go see it like day one that it comes out. But like I'm not sitting here like I can't wait. I can't fucking wait.
I'm super excited. I think James Gunn does such a good job.
I'm hoping. I want DC to be good. I like Batman. I like
oh dude, I'm like I can't even wait. I haven't even got myself ready to think about what happens when James Gunn touches a Batman movie.
Yeah, if he does, but we'll see.
Well, so there's the other Batman story that like the other comic that they're taking is written by the same guy who does this, Grant Morrison, and it's supposed to be like one of the like weirdest, like it's like a top Batman story of all time, like one of the best writers did it, but it's supposed to be like weird, and Batman has like a bunch of Silver Age like he has like shark repellent, like that's like a famous like Batman thing that I think is in that Grant Morrison run. So
gotcha.
Like, the new Batman movie could have just weird Batman gadgets.
I think the only one that I will be like generally super excited, I can't wait for a movie, but I also be very nervous because like DC doesn't have a good track record. The moment that they announced they're doing a Batman Beyond,
bro,
movie, I will actually flip shit. I will be like, I'm there day one because I grew up watching that for sure,
bro.
So I'm really scared if they were to announce it right now or like during the like the whole like recon of DC and they're like, and then Batman Beyond is coming out 2026. I would be like, I'd be like, ooh. I was like, I would
2026.
Just wait.
2026 would be way too close, but Batman Beyond.
I feel like my
and Static Shock for me.
Yeah,
and I feel like Static Shock is a really, really strong possibility.
Yeah, that would be sick. Those two for sure, because we both grew up on those. I remember we both watched Static Shock.
Dude, I fucking love Static Shock. When I was at the comic book shop yesterday, I saw that there's a Static Shock.
I honestly didn't know Static Shock was DC until like I think 3-4 years ago. Because I remember Static Shock one day. And I was like, what was that?
I didn't know either, actually. I think I just found out like a couple of years ago too.
Yeah. I was like thinking in my head of like that literally. I was like, what is that show I used to watch where you used to have like a trash can at first? Like
dude, Static Shock was cold as hell. The thing where he had like the pizza slice and he would throw it and it went to the disc.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah,
this has gone from a Marvel fan cast to a DC.
We're getting back there. We're gonna loop it back. But anyways, as I was saying, I'll wait to see what happens to DC. I'm not excited for it, but I'm willing to see what happens. I'll go see it whenever. But going back to Marvel,
last thing I'll say about DC. You should really watch the Blue Beetle trailer after this. Okay. And I just want to know your thoughts on it.
Okay. I wasn't excited about Flash. I saw the trailer and my brother called me and he was like, what'd you think? And I was like, I think I have such low expectations for those movies besides the Batman with Robert Pattinson.
Oh, love it.
Like that.
Can't wait for the second one.
But that's a whole different genre. Like even that Batman series is a whole different vibe.
So so from what I found out, from what I understand, and I could be wrong,
be a whole different thing.
That's going to be like a whole other world, which apparently, and I don't know that much about DC, but like apparently DC's Otherworld like spin-off weird stories, like there's a ton of cool shit. So I'm like, that could just be super cool.
Yeah,
Just get a bunch of weird one-off DC movies.
yeah. If they told me there was two Batman series, the Robert Pattinson one and a new Batman, I wouldn't care.
Oh,
I'm
bro,
fine.
I could watch a different Batman movie every year. Like that's the thing that I think is so funny when people are like, "Oh man, this Batman sucks. This Batman sucks. This Batman sucks." I'm like, dude, to me, Batman movies are like pizza and French fries. Like, even
I
if it
agree with that.
sucks, it's still
Yeah, yeah.
fucking
And I think for me,
Batman.
and I feel like for that, for me, which I know you haven't really watched it, which I still want to challenge you to watch them um in order because I know you started off in the
Mission
middle.
Impossible.
Is no, those are also good too. Um, the James Bond movies, like the Daniel Craig. I don't care if you go back and I'm not like the biggest like truest fan of James Bond because I've seen only like a couple ones from like the 60s and whatnot.
You're a
But
Daniel Craig
uh,
fan,
I like James Bond. I've always liked the aspects of it.
dude. Look at this.
Obviously,
Look at this lighter I got. This is James Bond as hell.
is it like a gun?
Wait,
Oh, that is
wait,
pretty
wait,
sick.
wait. Let me do the YouTube shit. All right, ready?
Wow.
Is that sick as
That's
hell?
pretty sick.
Okay.
I like James Bond though. I like James Bond films. I'm excited to see what happens next. I've just always liked that vibe. Yes, if we get really woke here, like yeah, there's some like not great like philosophy in terms
Oh,
of James Bond as a character, but I think
yeah.
they changed that with Daniel Craig. Like you can see that like where it comes from, that kind of like not like womanizing, but also
Are you talking about
understanding like
how James Bond back in the day, like he had like a partner named like Pussy Sandwich or something?
yeah, yeah. And then like he was also just like did not care for women besides like being like a sex toy.
Hell no,
Which is
James
very different from the Daniel Craig one. He doesn't necessarily do that. He like technically is a womanizer, but like you
James
understand
Bond
why.
is woke as hell now. James Bond respects women.
But yeah, the same thing with like Batman. Like James Bond's that for me is like it just like just keep them coming. Just keep them
Yeah,
coming.
even if it's a
I'm
bad
excited.
movie,
Yeah,
you're gonna enjoy it.
I think I'm gonna enjoy it. But anyways, okay. So going back to Marvel, um, I've been really burned out, but even from the first like 20 minutes of the new Guardians movie, I was like, this is going to be good. This is good. I can tell it's good. And it wasn't because it's necessarily the same. I mean, yes, like the characters and their personalities are the same, but like it was a Rocket movie. Like it wasn't a
Yeah.
Peter Quill movie.
Which I really
Yes,
loved,
which
which
was
I thought was
amazing.
the, and I love that James Gunn said that Rocket was always the secret main character.
Mm.
Because I never thought that going through.
I
And
always
like,
wondered, I always wondered if they were gonna do a movie about him. Because yeah, I don't know, just like from the back movies, how he's always talking about like, they experimented on him and whatnot. I didn't know if
mhm,
they were gonna like deep dive into it or for some reason like that villain just pops up again and then like maybe some more backstory comes from him.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, I really liked it. I could tell right away it was gonna be a really good movie. And the whole thing, I was interested. Like there wasn't a part that I was like, please move forward, please go faster, or it was
yeah.
really good. And then that's when
Every
I noticed. Go ahead.
I think that's why I really love James Gunn's direction in it, because every single shot felt purposeful. Nothing was
Yeah,
wasted.
yeah.
Nothing.
Like
Wow.
I would go, oh man, we're already almost done with time.
Yeah,
Holy
bro.
crap, we
Isn't that
barely got
crazy?
into it. But even with like, what was I going to say? Yeah, I think that's when I recognized, and well, not just recognized, but that kind of confirmed my theory that it isn't the characters, it wasn't superhero movies. It really was the writing with Marvel. I
You
don't know
just
what they did.
you
They
just
just
needed a
like
good movie.
you
That's
just need a
that's
good movie and good writing. And like the last few movies have sucked, at least for me. I wouldn't say Doctor Strange sucked. I
yeah.
wouldn't necessarily say that.
But
But the writing
Thor,
wasn't there. The
Ant-Man,
last Thor I didn't really like, and I was so bummed. I think Taika just kind of, I don't know if he didn't care. I don't know if it was the writing.
I
Part of
didn't like it. I thought it was too goofy.
I thought it was too goofy. I think he went too far this time. Like Ragnarok was the perfect amount.
Yes.
And like then he just kind of went overboard. And I was like, you just did too much.
I also
You put too
was
much chocolate syrup on the ice cream, and now it's just like,
now it's that chocolatey soup and you're not
yeah,
eating
no,
ice cream anymore.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
something different because I liked it for what it was, but I also thought that because it was a beautiful movie. I thought Love and
Guardians
Thunder. No. I
or
thought Love and Thunder might have been even prettier than Ragnarok. Like
mm,
just the shots, even like the whole part where Thor was in the like night night
oh,
realm
yeah,
and there was no color at all
that was
except
cool.
for that was
I
that to
didn't.
me that was one of the sickest things. And Natalie Portman as the mighty Thor was
Yeah,
so fucking
I
sick.
think there was a lot of
I
good
needed more of
ideas,
her.
but I feel like they didn't like hone in on it. They just didn't
It
like.
was too short.
It was
Yeah, I
too
felt like it
short,
was too short.
and I did not get care about Christian Bale's villain character. I
I
don't think
ca-
it's his fault. I don't
I
think it's
cared
his
about him a
fault.
little bit at the beginning. I was like, I get it. I get it. And then there wasn't enough time spent on him. So
Yeah,
I was like,
exactly. I
what?
understand his motivation, but as the movie came on, like we barely saw him. It was like
Yeah.
once in a while, and I was like, "Why are we trying to fight him again?" Oh,
Yeah,
I understand why he's trying to kill them, but like at the same
I
time, I'm like,
totally
"What?"
forgot why they were fighting. I
Yeah,
was like, okay, the kids, but like, what else? Is that it?
yeah,
They're just
yeah.
trying to get the kids?
Yeah. But Guardians was really good. That's when I was like, it's not because it's a superhero movie. It's because the writing the last few movies have just been trash. And I feel like Guardians really proved that because I would go see this movie again. Like
Yeah.
I would totally go see
Was
it. I think
was
it
it
was amazing.
worth going and seeing it solo?
Yes, that is another thing we have to
Hell
talk
yeah.
about, I guess. So that is my first movie, guys, I've ever seen solo. I have never been to a movie theater by myself to go see a movie
And
ever.
it's magical.
and I
Changes your
went
life.
and it was great. Like a good thing it was a good movie because I think if it was a bad movie, I would have been like, I'm never doing this again. Um, it was yeah. It was a
You
good
had a
time.
good experience.
Had a good experience. It was a good time to go see a movie by myself, and yeah, it was just overall good. And I think it just proved that Marvel needs to slow down and actually develop their writing. I think they're moving too fast. Like I like Loki. I think Loki and WandaVision
You
are good
liked
shows.
Loki?
I did. I don't think
I
it is good
fucking
as more.
hated
Okay.
Loki.
I wouldn't say here's my thing. Here's my thing with Loki. I like it. I don't need to watch it again. I think I could see
Yeah.
myself going back and watching WandaVision once in a while.
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't watch Loki like
Never.
season one.
I would
I'm
never waste
curious
my
about
time.
season two.
Yes.
That's where I guess that's how much I
Momo.
like it. I like it enough to go back and see what's gonna happen next. I'm not like, oh my
Once
gosh.
once the sibling kissing started happening, I was like,
Oh yeah, that
I'm
was,
out. This is weird.
he's kind of just narcissistic in that, I
Yeah,
guess.
I was like, bro's kissing himself or his sister or
I kind of forgot about that.
yeah.
Uh,
My biggest problem, like I had a lot of problems with Loki, and we're running up on time, but I will use this time to shit on Loki.
okay.
I thought the fight scenes, and I admittedly am one of those people who is like, oh my god, they're just gonna throw a bunch of shit into buildings and destroy shit and fight no name aliens. Yes, give it to me. I love it. I love the like senseless violence in
Mhm,
superhero movies.
mhm.
And I love like a beautifully choreographed fight scene,
Yeah,
like
who doesn't?
Daredevil's hallway scene, amazing.
Mhm.
The fight scenes in Loki, the like three of them there were so stupid. It looked like they were moving in slow motion, and
Yeah.
they did have magic, but they didn't, and it
Mhm.
was just inconsistent when they used it and didn't. And I was just like, can you fight? Can you not fight?
I
What
know.
is it? Just like it felt so
Um,
lazy and weird.
I think Marvel has a lot of like not even maybe some like reconstruction to do or something, but they Guardians is good, but unfortunately James Gunn is gone now.
Well,
Um,
and I mean now they have the whole Jonathan Majors situation to deal with
Yeah,
too.
and they got Jonathan Majors being a hoe.
Jonathan
Just
Majors being a hoe. That's the name of this episode. Jonathan Majors being
Jonathan Majors is being a hoe. They got that. I don't know what else they're gonna do. I'm not excited. Even with Guardians being awesome, I'm not really excited to see any Marvel movie.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm yeah, I was gonna say not even
Ant-Man was bleh.
Ant-Man was really bleh. The only thing
And I feel
was
bad for Paul Rudd because I like Paul Rudd as an actor, not even just in the Marvel movies. He's such a good actor. And I think he could do a good job with Ant-Man. I think his character as Ant-Man
mhm.
is great. It's just his movies, the writing behind him is not, and it makes him it not doesn't make him suck. It just makes the movie suck.
I think they got rid of some of the best parts of Ant-Man and interchanged it with parts that were like they got rid of oh my god, what's his name? Luis Pena or not
Yeah,
Luis Pena.
he was fun. He was bring him back.
He was 100% one of the best parts about Ant-Man, and they got rid of him and they put Cassie and gave her so many fucking lines and nobody wanted to hear Cassie. Cassie was like, Dad, shut up, Cassie. Just grow, just get bigger and punch something.
It was like Finn in Star Wars starts being like Ray. Like that's like okay, like you're just like a baby now. Yeah, I'm not
but
excited for really anything else Marvel. It's just gonna
I'm super excited
see.
for Spider-Verse though. I know that's not Marvel, but
Yeah, that's
that's gonna
exciting.
that's gonna be super sick.
That's gonna be
Uh,
fun. I don't even know the other Marvel movies coming out besides the Marvels or Marvels.
so the Marvels is coming out. Craven here with the end with the last 2 minutes. We have Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse June 2nd.
Mhm.
Craven the Hunter October 6th. The Marvels November 10th.
Oh, that's in November. I thought that trailer said it was like July or something.
Oh,
I don't
and then
know. I mean,
Secret Invasion is coming June 21st.
mm,
And I think that's it. I don't know that.
yeah, they got some planning they need to redo. I don't, and it kind of sucks. It's kind of going downhill, and
I'm just really disappointed that the Blade movie keeps getting pushed back.
it keeps getting pushed back. Dude, that movie's never coming out.
I'm telling you, my heart is hurt. If the new Blade movie doesn't come out, I'm gonna be brokenhearted.
I never liked Blade ever.
But also, I'll partly be okay because I got Blade 1, Blade 2, and Blade Trinity right here.
That is awful. I don't know. Sure, you do you, but I have another question. I think we might have talked about it. Going back to superheroes and comics, I assume you have watched Invincible.
Yes. Super
Yes,
excited for season 2. I literally was just
super
talking about
excited.
Invincible last night.
That was a great series. When does that come out?
There's no release date, but they're putting out teasers, so I imagine it's coming soon.
Nice. I'm excited for Invincible.
My guess would be end
sure.
of the summer. Like
Think so? You think
I
they're
would
gonna
guess
drop
to
it?
see it by end of
I
summer.
haven't caught up. I've just been kind of just waiting for it to be like, it's here. And then I'm like, oh, okay. That was
so
great.
good.
So good. I'm excited to see where that goes.
All right, who's gonna get the last word? All right, it's a race to the end to see who gets the last word. All right, see you next time. Thanks for watching Missin the Homies. I was gonna say show and tell, but this is Missin the Homies. Next time we will have more Bevs. Oh, next episode is our last one, I think.
Is it really?
Maybe. Let's see.
Oh, it might be. It might be. It might be. It might be.
Oh my God, it is. Well,
Oh, wow.
we haven't. Wait, we have an end of month episode. So like next one will be like our mainline episode. Maybe we'll find a topic, or maybe we'll come back to the Marvel fan cast.
It just
Because this was the
just
DC fan cast.
This was the DC. This did not turn out to be the Marvel. But this is just starting to be a Marvel podcast. That's it.